GTA 5 Online calling a mugger on your friends. And it is priceless. And the thing is, uh, me and my buddy Demented Priest, we pretty much just wrapped up all the online missions. All those videos will be coming shortly. And we just wrapped it up and we were goofing off.
What that
And
shit do,
he had
dog?
something going on. He had a bounty
Oh,
on
cool.
him.
We
So
gonna have him took.
I'm like, "Are you back yet?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm back," but he hadn't quite made it to the controller yet. And I can see here comes the mugger. He's running up, and he's totally unaware. Now the thing is that I love the way this mugging takes place, and he just totally floors him. You think that this guy would have ran in a different direction? I'm like, "Where's he going? There's no end here," you know. He's like, he's gonna get to the end of the pier, and it's like, that's it. So my buddy the Priest comes up and clubs him, and I can't see him, but I decided to dive in and look around for him. But he's like, I guess my buddy the Priest killed him. He's like, he's dead. I'm like, oh man. But it would have been pretty precious to see him swim away. One of the downsides, like if you're not aware and you're in your own car, he'll take your car and one of your own personal vehicles. If you're not quick on the grenade launcher or RPG, grenade stickies or whatever, you know, he's gonna just drive off. And I didn't have the video rolling, and my buddy Snow Devil called the mugger in on me, and I was totally unaware. I didn't have the video rolling, but I was like, oh, I see this guy coming. And later on, we called muggers in on each other, but we were aware because I was wondering, as he runs up with the knife, if you could dodge him, but you can't dodge him. If he gets close, he swipes at you and he puts you down. There's no ducking him or anything like that. So, another thing is like we were gonna, put some stickies on the car and then let him think. But the only way a mugger's gonna take you or take your car is if you're in the car. And so I didn't get the footage on that, but I forget exactly how we wound up to be on this part of the real estate here, but I think we finished a race or something. Anyhow, my buddy's getting a wanted level, and then he's losing it, and that kind of thing. And there's a police officer just kind of strolling out. Like whenever you lose a wanted level, if they don't take off in the car, they'll just be like a cop car. And I guess something happens. Oh, he gets wasted here. So obviously that loses the wanted level. And then some of the police will take off, but then there's like some that wind up being there on foot. Like you see this one cop, he's kind of just standing there. So there's my buddy Demented Priest on the ground. Now, he called an airstrike out on me, and then I called the Merryweather Mercenaries on him. And I don't know why when they call in the mercenaries that it puts it up on the screen that you called the mercenaries. I mean, because he's like totally ready for them. It should be kind of like the mugger that, they just don't know that they're showing up. But anyway, we've been doing a lot of random mayhem out here, and this cop is just standing there. So my buddy has respawned, and he's coming up to him, and I'm like, this is going to be another precious moment to call in a mugger. So you just can't call a mugging after mugging. It's like 10, 15 minutes after a mugging before you can call in for another one. And you got to make sure you have some money in there.
Have him took.
All right, so this cop is like, he just standing there. Then all of a sudden he turns around. He's like, hey, man, I see you with that bat. I'm like, okay. So my buddy's trying to sneak up on him, but then here comes the mugger. The cop, and then the mugger takes him. And this is just one of those priceless moments. It was awesome. He's like that, and we were laughing so hard, because it was just the thing. It's like you just can't all right, call a mugger in on me. It has to be totally unexpected on you. Like when my buddy Snow Devil called the mugger, and I'm like, oh man, I don't have video rolling, and because I was like, all of a sudden I got pulled out of my car, and I'm laying there on the floor. You get this little 10-second delay where you're kind of just, you're like, get up, he's getting away. And he got in my car, and he was so far down the road that I couldn't hit him with anything. So then I had to jack a car, and on your mini map, your little emblem on your car is there. So anyway, my buddy catches up to him in the water, or on the other side of the stream here, and puts a beat down on him. You know, like that was just good stuff right there. So now he's got to club me with that nightstick. And it's like I wasn't even near him, and I'm like, I wasn't even near you, and I still took damage from that nightstick. Oh, so what had happened, I knew he was coming up, so I put a grenade, and then I started cooking it. So like when he clubbed me, the grenade would drop, and it took him out. Okay, so that's kind of it for the muggings, but then there's just some general good old American mayhem going on up in here. He's killing me, I'm killing him, and I wanted to call an airstrike when he had a water level going. There was a bunch of cops around.
What can I do for you?
And
don't hesitate to call back.
It would have helped. I do it, but I forget to throw the flare. I just drop it, and I'm like, oh. And it's a nice chunk of money to call in an airstrike. So $8,000, and it's pretty weak airstrike at that too. So you know. As a practice, like we never call in airstrikes, we never call in the Merryweather backup or anything like that. It's just, you know, you're doing a mission and you're only making $5,000, and a Merryweather backup costs $5,000. It's just like, all right, well, it's just not worth it. All right, so it probably would have been in my best interest what happens is when you call in an airstrike, a flare will automatically just be put in your hand, and you know, you had to hit your left trigger so you can pull up an aim and then throw it, but I totally just drop it. So I totally screwed up, but then as soon as I drop the flare, the police are all like, hey, and I get a wanted level.
Airstrike confirmed. Please drop a flare at the target.
So there's my ammo drop, which I totally did not want, but then I dropped the flare. And the thing is when you drop a flare, you call in an airstrike and the flare becomes in your hands, you got to do it fast. One time I called it in and I saw the jet kind of fly by, but I didn't throw the flare yet. And when I threw the flare, you know, the airstrike never happened, so kind of wasted $8,000 there. But I'd love to kind of get my buddy caught in an airstrike when he was not expecting it, you know, but you'd have to be in the middle of a fight or whatever. But back when he was getting ready to club that police officer with a bat and called the mugger in on him, that was just good stuff right there. So like I said, just kind of running around this area, you know, just general mayhem. I got a wild level. I'm in like a slow ass station wagon, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna evade the cops, I'm just gonna blow them up. That's just good American fun right there. Okay, that was my buddy Demented Priest. He just happened to be there. I'm like, dude, everybody's fair game. Boom. One thing's for sure, I'm not going to kill Demented Priest without some kind of retaliation. I'm like, if you kill him, he's going to kill you. Now, I don't know what happened there. I threw a sticky. I don't know if the collision detonated the sticky. He's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know, man. I threw the sticky on him, and, you know, it just happened. It's too bad you can't jack any of the police stuff and put them in your inventory. I was like, man, I would love to get one of those police vans. He's like, yeah, you can't do nothing. But as he's driving by and hit me with a sticky.
Am I okay? Oh! Oh!
So I thought I'd try getting him with a sticky, and I put a sticky down here, and I thought that I had good thing, but I don't know. He just bounced right over the explosion, and I was like, yeah, that was good stuff. And of course, he gets me with a sticky. I was like, it's funny how you shoot somebody through the front of the windshield and blood gets all over the windshield, but anyway, so I jacked this car, and we were about ready to call it a day anyway, so then I give it another try finding him and getting him with a sticky, but
Kill you! Inbred dickwad!
well, there goes the fire truck. So I believe that he got in the police van, and I think I get lucky here and get he's in the police van. Oh. Alright, well that's just some general good old American fun there, and that be that. We will see you on the next mugging, or whatever kind of craziness me and Demented Priest and our other friends come up with. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.